Hi, I'm Rex, and I'm now majoring in electrical and computer engineering. I'm a sophomore student. Today I'm going to tell you guys about the allegory of the cave. And I divide my presentation to three parts. First, I'm going to tell you guys about who's Plato. And secondly, I'm going to tell you guys about his most famous literary work, The Republic. And the last one is the allegory of the cave. Okay, so is there anyone don't know about Plato? I think everybody knows him because he's the most famous ancient Greek philosopher. He and his teacher Socrates and his most outstanding student Aristotle are aka the big three of the Greek philosopher. And after talking about Plato, we must talk about his most famous literary accomplishment, The Republic. The Republic is, it tells us about what the ideal world should look like. It's a kind of utopia. But today I won't talk too much about the book. Instead, I will I will focus on the one main topic inside it, the allegory of the cave. The allegory of the cave is in the 7th volume of The Republic, and which details the process of a wise man pursuing the truth. Okay, at the first, Plato assumed that there's a cave, and here's the cave, and there's an exit to the outside world, to the light. So here's the outside world, and here's the cave. In the cave, there is a group of people whose leg and neck are trained since their childhood and facing the inner world, so they can see the outside and they can see the sunlight. And here's a fire not far above their back and a raised road. Along the road there is a low wall. So a lot of people and animal object will passing by this road, but they can't see anything. The only thing they can see is only the shadow of the object or the people casting by fire. When Plato says the people inside the cave, he means the majority of the world, like us. We stay in our phantom perception all our lives. So, for example, we just see the shadow of the real world and hear the echo of the truth. And we're stubborn in our own opinion, and we can't accept others' advice or opinion. And let's move on. Let's back to the story. He tells us about one day, a guy escaped from the cave, and the guy is the wise man. So when he looked back to save others, he can't see anything in the cave because the cave is too dark, and only he can see is the phantom in the cave. So here Plato also insinuates that the world and the government at that time is full of darkness. And if the wise man go back to save others, not only will he not be accepted by others, but also he will be caught and executed. This also explains the reason for Socrates' execution. So this story is to satirize the government and the world at the time. Okay, next we have a quick summary to the presentation today. First, I tell you guys about Plato, and secondly, I told about the Republic, and third, the allegory of the cave. The people in the cave insinuate the ignorant people, and the people ran out of the cave, insinuate the wise man. And Hope you guys can have some inspiration by today's speech. Thanks.